Hello. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hello. How are you? Listen, if you are joining and watching the replay, I want to welcome you in. I want to welcome everyone to the live stream. How's everyone's day going today? Listen, I am so glad to be back. I feel like it's been a while since I have been here. And so I just want to thank you guys for joining. For those of you that are in the bushes, I want to thank you. You know, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. The one thing that I wanted to spend some time talking about tonight was soil health. We know that it is time for gardening, and soil health is very important. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. So thank you guys for joining me. Hello, Simply Blessed. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? How's your day been? Hello, Joshua Gabriel. How are you? Happy life. How are you doing? Joshua, yes. Good to see you. Welcome in. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Hello, Happy Life. Good to see you. No, I don't live in Boston. I actually live in North Carolina. Well, I was just actually in Boston for the marathon. My husband runs the marathon. Excuse me for one moment. And that's why we were there in Boston, was for that marathon. Uh, I'm actually here, like I said, in the Carolinas. Marquita, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Now, I hope you all don't hear a lot of noise right now. I hope your day is going well. How is everyone's day going so far today? It's been a beautiful day here. The weather has actually cooled off. So it has been a beautiful day, though, today. How's everyone else's weather going? Everyone having a good day so far? You know, I don't know if you all have had an opportunity to. Hello, my Renaissance grandma. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know if you all had an opportunity to see my video as it relates to the soil and soil saving. Hello, how are you doing? Sifting some soil and more. How are you? My granny's garden. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, Joshua, you visited Salem, North Carolina. That is great. That's great. Now, where are you located? Hi, she is Sunshine. Good to see you, sis. How are you doing? How are you? Bam it with Arthur Butler. Good. Glad that you can hear. It's nice and clear there, but it's cool. Yeah. Has it been cool for some time? Has it been cool? We were pretty hot, but now we've cooled off again. So I'm not really sure how it's going. Hi, Cassandra's Fulton, South Fulton Garden. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. I see a lot of people from my soil family in here and from the expo. Good to see you all. Good to see everyone. Hello, Roro Latrice. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. You're in New York, Joshua, and you go back to New Jersey. You're going to move back to New Jersey after your birthday? Okay. Okay. Well, good for you. I've seen you getting in your exercise. Very good. Good for you for doing that. So I appreciate everyone coming in tonight. I really wanted to just come in, and mostly morning and night, I really just wanted to come in and talk about uh gardening soil. And that's one of the things I talked about on one of my last videos. And I had an opportunity when I was in Boston at the expo to speak with some people as we talked about soil, and we talked about how the degeneration of the soil. Hello, the everyday life of an OCDish chick. How are you doing, Nikki? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Growing with Hudson. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're talking about our weather, what's going on around our areas. And then we're just going to talk a little bit about soil health, and the folks that I had an opportunity to spend some time with as we talked about certain ways to save some soil, to save our soil so that we are having healthy vegetables, healthy fruit in our own yards. I know it's a big thing worldwide and or actually global, a movement to add more nutrients to the soil and save the soil. But there are several things that we can do in our own yards, and I know that several of you are certainly doing that right now. I've seen your videos, and I know that you're doing a lot of different things to increase the nutrients in your soil. Hello, Barb Brownlee. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now, I did have 5 ways that for your soil that you can save your soil at home. How are you doing, Gloria Elliott? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, has had a wonderful day wherever you are and whatever your time zone is. Can you all share what your grow zones are? I am in grow zone 7B right now in the Carolinas, grow zone 7B. And I tell you, it has cooled off. It was really hot and it has cooled off. 7A growing with Hudson. Yeah. Yeah, 7A. Now, I tell you, I feel like it's been forever since I've been live at my own home, and I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be here with you all locally or at my home tonight. My Granny's Garden, you are in 9B. Yes, you have one of those great zones that you can grow almost year round. 9A, Mona at Sifting Soil and More in 9A in Texas. Yes, you guys have some great grow zones and y'all are getting it done. But even for those of us in those zones, I know Nikki, she's out there. Nikki, are you in 7A? Bam, you're in 7B in the Carolina also. All right. All right. And Cassandra's South Fulton Garden is in zone 8A. My Renaissance grandma, she's in grow zone 6. Okay, okay. So everyone's probably growing something. Hello, Maria Graham. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Right now, we were just talking about the different grow zones that we're in. You're in zone 7. Maryland, you're in zone 5? Wow, we went from nice warm weather last week to chill weather today. Yes, for some reason I thought that Maryland was zone 6 or 7. Okay, so yes, it definitely is really chilly. Even here in the Carolinas, we went from hot. You are in zone 7A. I got it. I got it. Yes, and it's still cooled off quite a bit, but you've been growing quite a bit. I have been, as most of you know, I've been away probably for about almost a month, back and forth to a lot of different places. And so I haven't had an opportunity. Actually, I didn't plant anything because I didn't know what the weather was going to be while I was away. And I didn't want to come back to everything, dead, because that is what would have happened. And so I just didn't plant anything. I always feel like I'm behind the 8 ball though, every year. So I hope that there's much better weather this weekend so that I can get out there and get some things planted. So growing with Hudson, you just planted some peppers and tomatoes. Oh, that is great. That's great. What's your weather like there? Your temperature right now growing with Hudson? Your fat finger. That's okay. 35 degrees last night. Wow. Wow. But your peppers and tomatoes should take off. Did you plant them inside or did you direct sow them growing with Hudson? Is everyone out planting everything? Who's direct sowing right now? Anybody direct sowing? I'm sure you 9 folks that are in zone 9, you guys are, I'm sure. Hello, Yankee Sister Homestead. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. We're talking about our grow zones right now. Hello, Kim Stage, her gardening, her life. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, we were talking about our gardens. We're talking about the soil. That's one of the things that I during, Earth Day was saving my soil. And there is a larger movement that talks about saving soil. You know, so my granny's garden, you direct sowed some beans and more carrots. Okay, good, good. So you'll have some really good harvest. I saw all those beans and yep that you had, and some carrots too. All right, Snails. Good evening. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So all of you, you direct sowed some bitter melon. I've seen a lot of people growing bitter melon. That's something I've never tried. What does that taste like? Bitter melon. What does that taste like? So, Barb, you're in zone 5B, 6A, cold 45 degrees right now. Snow showers earlier today. Wow. After freezing 31, 32 overnight, predicting freezing temperatures tonight as well. Well, Barb, I'm not going to complain about mine because there's definitely no freezing rain or no snow showers today for me. So, yes, yes. I imagine that you probably are not direct sowing anything right now with that type of weather. Is that typical where you are to get snow and uh, rain showers or freezing rain this time of year? I am seeing that in a lot of different places. So sifting some soy and more, Mona, you don't know. It's your first time for the bitter melon. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure you're going to let us know how it tastes. I'm sure you will. You direct sowed some cantaloupe last week. Well, that's good, Nikki. Let us know when it starts to come up. I'm sure you will. It's bitter melon. It's real bitter. You can't eat a lot of it at one time. Bitter melon. Okay, is it good? Is there a reason for it? Does it have health benefits, or is it just something that people want to try to learn to grow? And let's talk about 5 ways that you can save your soil at home. I don't know if you all saw some of the things that I do. I used to just crush my eggshells, save them and crush them. But then one of the things that I started doing really was after I dried them, I just started blitzing them in my blender, and I mixed them. Actually, I started mixing it with my um, banana peels, and I started dehydrating my banana peels. I used to just put it in water and make the banana water. But guys, when I started doing that, I forgot about it for some time. And I'm telling you, once you forget about it and it has fermented, and I mean for a very long time, it fermented. And yeah, didn't want to do that anymore. So I just started drying mine, and I just blitz it with my banana peels, my eggshells, along with coffee grind. And I think for me, that has worked out great. Way for me to save those things and keep them and also fertilize my soil at the same time. Now, some other things to do to save your soil, that's something that many of us are doing, is grow your own food. Yep. Growing different vegetables and plants in your garden helps to recycle the nutrients back into your soil. And a lot of times, once it's, let's say you're growing greens, it's good to cut your greens off, and just let the roots die back, and add those nutrients back into the soil versus taking those nutrients out of the soil. That's one really good way to save your soil at home. Now, this is a reminder, leaving soil bare is not good for its health. Rain can wash away the soil nutrients and even the soil itself. So make sure you keep it covered with plants or keep it with edibles. Yep. Number two, one of the ways we can save our soil is to compost. Is to compost. Organic matter is parts of soils that originate from plants and animals, and it's essential for the health of our soil. It holds our nutrients and water. So that's one of the things to do, is to make sure that we are composting. And there is a method to composting as well. I have a composter, and I tell you, when I first started, it was not composting at all. I was just putting things in my composter. Now, you do not have to have a composter. You can compost in a pile somewhere. I really started doing that to end up, I started just composting in a pile, and that actually works better than in my composter. Thank you so much, Growing with Hudson. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button. 19 people watching and only 14 thumbs up. So yes, please hit that thumbs up for us, family. I would appreciate that. And Yankee Sister, you do the same thing. You grind up your shells, dehydrate banana peels, mix them for your tomatoes and peppers. Yes, it. Thank you for saying that. You know, I just started doing that because, as I said, I just wasn't good at remembering those banana peels in water. It became too fermented for me. So yep. So she is sunshine. You don't even grind your eggshells, and you say it will break. It says that it'll break down on its own. Now, I will say that at one time I wasn't grinding them up, but I really decided, for me, it was just best for me to grind them. And that way it gets in the soil and I don't have to worry about them really breaking down too much further. And then I can also plant pretty much right then. Now, you compost also, Yankee Sister, and Growing with Hudson, you put banana peels and coffee grinds in your grow bags while they're not in use. I got it, and let that break down. Good, good. And the leaves too. Yes. Thank you, Yankee Sister. You hit that like button on the way in. Yes, the leaves too. Now I'll tell you something about the leaves. I am in a area. Hello, Lady Led. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate all that information that you were dropping earlier on. I appreciate that about purchasing land and homes and whatnot. Guys, Lady Led has a seminar on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to help those that are interested in purchasing land or property. So go ahead and check her out on her site. She does have that information there. Yes. Hey, Brampton Gardner, how are you? Good to see you. Trying to catch up on all of the questions videos. Yes, the 40 questions. I still have to go and catch up on some of those also. I do. So I haven't created a video yet, but I definitely need to catch up on that as well. Yep. So one of the things when we're talking about the 5 things that we need to do that we can do, the compost, of course, we talked about composting, grow soil saving plants. Yeah, there are soil saving plants that you can grow that will help to save the soil. So that's a great way to help also, is to grow soil saving plants. And I do have a list of some of those as well, some things that we can grow to save the soil. Hi, TLC in the garden. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. And then just support soil friendly agricultural farming. That's another great way that you can help. You know, you can eat and farm. You can make the difference in your soils if you're doing that. You leave any grounded leaves on top of your bed so that the nutrients can seep into the soil, also in your pot as mulch. Yes, yes, Yankee Sister. That's great. Now we have so many leaves, and I tell you, my husband used to just rake them all up. Now, because I am in a very, very wooded area, one of the things I noticed early on is once I can move that top layer of leaves, and we have such rich soil below those leaves. So it really is great. Hello, Rambo Green Hands. Good to see you. How are you doing? How are you? Good to see you. So, and then just speak out about soil, guys. Just speak out about soil. How are you? We talked about the grow zones that we were in. Yes. How are you doing? Hello, Mike's Chaotic Garden. How are you guys? I'm 20 minutes in, and you guys know that I like to have a giveaway about 20 minutes in, and I haven't had a giveaway in a while. I want to give away some seeds because it is time to be growing. Hello, Happy Mac. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. So we're going to give away some seeds right now. So I have them right here. Guys, I tell you, when I was in Spain a month or so ago, several weeks ago, I was able to get some seeds. You believe that? And I brought some seeds home, and I'll have to share those seeds with you. They grow a lot of plants, but in the area that I was in, they really didn't have a lot of vegetable seeds, but I was able to snag a few that they did have. So yes, so right now, one of the things that hello ATM Tim, how are you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. One of the things I'm getting ready to do is give away some seeds. Uh, I know a lot of times these games are fun to do. Yes, yes, some good seeds. And, a lot of those seeds are very similar, Martika, to what we have here. And there was one that I wasn't quite as familiar with, but most of the other ones are the same. I'm just interested to see how they are growing. Yes. Did you share out? Thank you for sharing out, everyone. I appreciate it. Yes, I think Growing with Hudson shared the information for Lady Led. She has a seminar on Friday to help you with purchasing homes. So if you need information on how to purchase a home, how to purchase land, check her out, y'all. I think that's very important for us to do. And so we appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing that information out. Hello, GT Junior Grows in Alaska. How are you? Yes, I have some seeds I'm getting ready to give out. How are you doing? I like to give out some seeds. These are just common seeds, but they are common for or good seeds for right now to be planting. So Barb Brownlee, you have 2 large compost piles, powdering your eggshells, dry banana leaves. You save coffee grinds, cover all your beds and containers with leaves heavily for the winter months. Yes, that is really good. I do it as well. My leaves, honestly, they just tend to, because I am so wooded, fall on all of my containers. Hey, Jamie's Country Living, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, we're getting ready to give away some seeds, y'all. This is our first giveaway. I'm giving away radish seeds, spinach, thyme, and oregano. So I'm going to give away 4 packages of seeds today. This is the first giveaway. I'm 20 minutes in, and I like to do this. And so the one thing that I'm going to do, blessed family, I don't know if you're still here. Are you still here? So one of the things I'm going to do is to Jerry rings it. Hey, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome. I appreciate you coming. It's your first time here. Great. You're just in time. We're getting ready to give away some seeds here. Jerry rigs it. We are getting ready to give away some seeds. So, yep, I'm going to do a number count. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to do some numbers. Yes, welcome in. Glad that you are here, Jerry Riggs. Yep. Everyone is great, a wonderful welcoming group. So now, and I appreciate that. Yes. So let's give away these seeds. And I want to go a number between 1 and 100. Number between 1 and 100. So let's start guessing. If you can get the number that I wrote. Yep, Jamie, a number between 1 and 100. Let's start now. And then, oh, Jerry Riggs, great. That was a wonderful collaboration. I still have to go through all of the videos because we did have great participation. So I still have to go through those videos. I don't see the number yet. Hello, T-Nog, the New Orleans gardener. Good to see you. Stop. I see it. Yes, I see the number. Good. That was really quick. And this is my number. It is 11. And it's 11 because my grandson just turned 11 years old yesterday. Okay, you created a playlist. Oh, okay, great. So I'm going to go check it out. Definitely go and check it out. So that was a great collaboration, and that's one of the things I talked about was soil and soil health, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it again. Yes, happy birthday to my grandson, and congratulations. I believe it is my Renaissance grandma. I'm gonna come back up. My Renaissance grandma. So please send me an email. I don't remember if I have your address or not, if you've won before, but please send an email to wholenewperspective@gmail.com. wholenewperspective@gmail.com. And I will get these out to you. So if you send that to me soon as you can, we'll get that in the mail. Yes, congratulations to my Renaissance grandma. Thank you for participating. I'll have another giveaway. Yes. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, the everyday life of an OCD's chick. I appreciate it. Congratulations. Congratulations. And Jerry Riggs, if that's what we were talking about, the soil, we talked about soil. I did on my Earth Day video, my 4 R's. And a lot of people in this chat, they definitely participate and they definitely save, reuse. Yep. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. wholenewperspective@gmail.com is my email. That's my email. I appreciate that. So just send that to me. And we reuse a lot of us. We reuse a lot of things. And that's one of the things we want to talk about. And listen, erosion, flooding. What are some things that you all do to save your soil? We have a lot of people that are container gardens. We have some that are raised beds in here, and some that actually just plant right in the ground. What are some of the things that you all are doing to save your soil? You're nibbling Katina Reaper Spice almonds as you watch. Yeah, that's your meatless Monday treat. I got it. I did really good today. I didn't. Yes, I did really good today. Also, Mike, I'm doing well. I didn't eat any meat at all for today's meatless Monday. Deidre Pettis, hey friend, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in to everyone. Yes, my Renaissance grandma. So just send me an email. You found that cardboard is a worm magnet. Really? The earthworms I tell you, I have started having issues with my leaves and the little worms that like to eat the leaves. I can't think if they're little pinworms. They like to eat the leaves and then they start eating on my plants. And so I get concerned about that. Jerry Riggs it. I really do. And because I had issues last year, all those little worms, they weren't the good ones. And so that was an issue. You did good too, Maria. You do good all the time, don't you? You use Jamie's Country Living. You use juice bottles to start seeds. That's really good. That's really good. I've seen someone else using recycling bottles as well. You're having baked beans for supper. That sounds really good, Happy Mac. Sounds really good. You save your soil and just add amendments for the most part. I ended up actually I disposed of so much soil because I had a lot of roly polies in there, and I'm sure I could have gotten rid of those roly polies GT Junior. And those things are the bugs that ate up my potatoes when I was trying to grow potatoes. But like I said, I'm in a very wooded area, and it was very moist in that area. So I had a lot of roly polies, and I think that was last year, and I had 4 bags of potatoes, and I did not get one potato. Really, I may have had a tiny one, and that was it. And so I really am trying to be very careful about my leaves this year, and getting them out so that I don't have all these bugs in there. TLC, you've been reusing your container soil by just adding to it and amending it. You're always repurposing food containers for seedlings and plants. And that's very good to do also. Absolutely. You buy and roast in the air fryer. You like them warm. You're talking about cashews or almonds, Brampton, I imagine. Scoop the earthworms up and put them in the bed, except the jumping worms. Exactly, Yankee sister. Oh, thank you, Growing with Hudson. She's put my Cash App up. I appreciate it, Growing with Hudson. Thank you so much. Coffee containers as well as flower pots. Yes, yes. Thank you. I have your just got your address. So thank you. I'll get that out to you. I appreciate that. Coffee containers as well as flower pots. Yep, yep. You dump out your pots all into a big pile in the fall, and then you use half of that in potting mix. I think Brampton, did that. I tried to do that. I dumped all of mine out, but then I didn't go back and get it. And that's one of the reasons now I just started trying to pay a lot more attention to it now, and just keep it in there, look through it really good, make sure I don't have any of the bad bugs and things like that, and just try to revamp it that way and save it that way. You're no dig gardening, so all you do is amend and keep the soil alive, plus add natural organic matter to it. You know that your soil is filled with all different types of worms. Rambo Green Hands, that's one of the things that I've been reading too. And that's really a great idea, is to have the no dig garden. I'm hearing a lot about that and all the various organisms in the soil. I think, by listening and talking to different folks, it's so important to make sure that we are taking care of our soil, because that soil health really is the health of our food, our vegetables, our fruit. Our soil has to be really healthy. Blessed family, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. You're plant Kim stage her gardening her life. She's planting in pots and in the ground because of the critters and the insects. You amend your soil also. Yep, yep. Hello, Veggie Farm Garden. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Jerry Riggs wants to get a concrete mixer for mixing soil. Also want to make your own bone meal. Wow, that's very good. I tell you, one of the things that I did make was my own fish. I had fish heads and all of that. I boiled it and made like a fish, not a fish stew, but a fish stock. And I actually have a lot of that in the freezer. So I'm going to start unthawing that and using that also. Just trying to use as much as I can, to recycle as much as I can. Yes. You add Happy Mac adds broken down logs and leaves from the woods. You let yourself into the town green waste site and permanently borrow it and collect the neighbor's horse. Yes, goodness, yep. Well, that's really great, Happy Mac. You are absolutely reusing a lot of things that we need for our soil to make our soil healthy. And again, it also helps with our food. Our soil really carries the nutrients for our vegetables, and if we're not taking care of that, then our vegetables are not going to be as nutritious for us. I don't know if any of you saw the video that I had where the gentleman that I interviewed talked about oranges, and what he said was about 40 years ago you had one, you could eat an orange, but today the same nutrition value in that one orange, it would take 8 oranges, because of the deficiencies that we have in our soils right now. Hello, Good Eats. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate everyone coming in and listening. Sunday Backyard Farmer, how are you? Good to see you. Working but listening. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. So yes, that's one of the things that we know is that we have to have that good soil to have the nutrition in our food, you know. So my Renaissance grandma, you make a large jar of bone broth yesterday. Ah, yes, yes. My bone broth, I end up eating or using all of my bone broth for soups and stews and things like that. But that fish stock, I tell you, I tried to use some fish stock to make fish stew, but it was just wasn't my thing. And so it's best for me to use that in my garden. And so it's in the freezer now. I'm going to start thawing it out so that it can be utilized the for my vegetables. It's kind of like my own 511, and I'll use that and clear up some space. Thank you for coming, Jerry Riggs. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Yes, I'll go check out those 4Rs videos. Um, Blessed family. My internet service was down in my area from 10 a.m. this morning. Wow. Long day without the internet. I've been having internet issues as well. My Wi-Fi, it goes in and out and in and out. So I'm thankful that tonight is a good night. It's in tonight, and I'm thankful for that. But that's one of the things that we have to be prepared for, So Sunday's Backyard Farmer, he's listening, so he really can't respond to everyone. But hello to everyone. Yes, yes. Yes. So yes, Jamie's Country Garden. That's because the big guns have made the food grow faster with all those synthetic fertilizers and messing with the biopool of life, so the vegetables or the food don't take it time to grow. That's Rambo Green Hands. Yes. Rambo Green Hands. Yes. And it's if anyone is interested in saving soil, there is a Save Soil organization, uh, SaveSoil.org, actually, that talks about that. And it's actually a movement and it does talk about how, as you said, the different people they've really made it different and difficult for farmers. And that's a whole nother subject once you start talking about farming and farmers. Juicing with Jay, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes. And so when you want to talk about farmers and you want to talk about, GMOs, at one point in time, there may have been a need to do different things to grow all this food. There's just not that need, and we have to make sure that we are taking really good care of our soil. I have 10 soil facts too, guys, that I wanted to share. Our soils, they give us life, grow our food, provide a home for billions of organisms. There's a soil association, soil, it is amazing, and 10 facts about it. Anyone joining? No. Mo May, I think it's what brought pollinators back. I haven't heard of that, Mike's Chaotic Gardener. Anyone heard of that? Mo May. I have not heard of that at all. Has anyone heard of Mo May? Think it's what brought pollinators back. That's good. Easy. So growing with Hudson, you harvested lettuce, kale, and Swiss chard. Well, congratulations. You were amazed at how fresh it still is in your refrigerator, but you don't know how long the produce was harvested. That is so true. growing with Hudson. I will tell you, I actually did visit a company that sells lettuce. Actually, it's one of the biggest ones, and it's the company that has uh, it's the biggest company that you see in the grocery stores that sell lettuce in bags and sell lots of produce in bags. So I had an opportunity to visit and tour that particular manufacturing plant. And you're right, I saw from the beginning, from backing up the trucks into the plant, dumping all the lettuce out, chopping up the lettuce, washing the lettuce, and if you get carrots, they hand throw that into the bags. And so it was really interesting to see. And I did learn a lot about the lettuce. I do know that they pull lettuce out, lettuce bags, in case there are contaminants. And they also do that so that they know how long the lettuce actually lasts, and that way, if stores are saying that there are issues with their lettuce, they can pull from those batches. And so that was very interesting. I learned a lot by touring that uh, factory. And it is a factory, a manufacturing plant. When you start to talk about lettuce and things like that, it's manufacturing plants that you get that lettuce from. Now again, they get it from different farms. Very interesting. Yes, they thank you, blessed family. They get it. A bag of lettuce gets juicy so quick. It does. It just does not last. And then also veggie farm. And one of the things that I also learned was that we don't know, when we're going into those stores, we don't know how long they've kept those vegetables out of the cold, because those vegetables are supposed to have a certain climate and they're supposed to be at a certain temperature. And we found that the stores may not be doing that. And so, one of the things that this particular manufacturer does is it goes around and visits the stores, because if their food or their lettuce or vegetables, if they're saying that it's gone bad, they want to make sure that the grocery stores are keeping that food at the right temperatures. And I find that certain stores, when you go in, you can see all that produce, and it is not in a cold area. And sometimes those produce, they do go bad, and they go bad very quickly, very quickly. And that does tend to cause a problem. Let's see. You were putting up this shop light. Okay, thank you, GT Grow. He's putting up his shop light. Are you going to put plants under that light? Are you going to put some plants under there? Jamie, she's listening as well. I appreciate all of you. Yankee Sister Homestead, she made roasted golden beets, turnips, with pasta, garlic, and onions. That does sound really good. Really good. Plus your lemon water. That does sound really good. Tell you what I finally started doing, and I don't know why this just dawned on me, to use my own. I used to try to put vinegar, apple cider vinegar, in my water every morning, but that just started messing with my stomach, so I had to stop. But my homemade vinegar, I tell you what, my homemade vinegar, it is great, and I haven't had any problems with that. So I do need to go ahead and make some more of my homemade vinegar. Yeah, she's making us hungry here. And that's something that I don't want to get. I really just had a Caesar salad for dinner when I came home. I made myself a Caesar salad. Yeah, I really need to. You almost have to buy produce the day. Good eats. That is very true. That is very true. You almost have to buy the produce the day you plan to eat it, especially if you're getting the produce in the bags. Especially if you're getting the produce in the bags, because again, it does turn watery, as Veggie Farm said. We don't know how long it has set out in the store, or how long we can go in, and you see it. You can see those vegetables sitting out in the store. GT, you're changing the shop light out to another one that doesn't go out when you don't like the motion light. There were plants under it, but had no movement. So you had to, oh, yes, yes, that's very true. But nothing beats homegrown food. It tastes so much better. Homegrown food tastes so much better. And a lot of the reasons that the homegrown food tastes better is because of the nutrients in the soil of most home farmers. You all keep we put nutrients in our soil. And let's say if you're eating, one of the things I know that I bought recently from the store, I bought cabbage. And I tell you, the cabbage tastes like water. And that's what you're finding. Your tomatoes are tasting like water. Everything is tasting like water. That's because there's no nutrients in the soil from a lot of the big farmers. It just isn't. Hey, suburban hillbilly, how are you? You also don't know how long it was picked and laying in the field before it was packaged. Exactly, exactly. And a lot of it is picked depending on what it is. It's green or hard, and they keep it a long time so that it ripens. That is so true. Suburban hillbilly, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in to everyone tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming in and participating. I do want to give more seeds away, and it's actually the exact same seeds that I gave away before, just for moving around to get them, guys. I want to give away some oregano, some thyme, my radish. These things you can grow right now, and some spinach. So we can grow these things right now. Hey, KJ's Healthful Living. It's good to see you and everyone in here tonight. I appreciate you. Love you. Now, KJ's Healthful Living is my daughter, and that number 11 that I had earlier, that's my grandson that just turned 11. That's why I had the 11. So we're getting ready to give away something. We're going to give away another set of seeds, exact same seeds. And I'm excited about that. Hopefully you guys can get them and you can start them growing right away. Last year I had a really good which one was that? I had a really good radish harvest. And last year was the very first time that my radishes grew really well. And I'm excited about that because I do like a good radish, a radish that's homegrown. I do not like radishes from the store at all. I have to tell you, I don't, but a good homegrown radish. So that's the one thing I'd like to say. If you are growing things, or if you're getting it from the store and you don't like it, try homegrown. It definitely tastes good. And if you can't grow it yourself, go to the farmer's market. But one of the things I want to say when you go to the farmer's market, make sure that you're dealing and working with local farmers and that you know that they are local farmers. Because if you don't, sometimes those farmers, they get stuff, they buy it and they say that it's grown. So you just have to make sure you know what you're doing when you're going to the farmer's market. Get to know your farmer, get to know where they live. They like to talk, they love to tell you what they do, they love to tell you about their fertilizer, how they fertilize their soil. And I love to listen because a lot of times I can learn some things too. They tell me when they're harvesting things and if it's going to be cold, what they're going to do. So get to know your farmers. Barb Brownlee, you've been growing lettuce in your hydroponic system all winter and all year. I tell you, that hydroponic lettuce is good also. I haven't grown any in a while because I knew for over the last month I was going to be in and out of town. And, I thought I was going to lose my tomatoes because of that, but I didn't. Although I needed water, they were still good and still growing strong. But those hydroponic systems, I'm telling you, Mike, I'm glad you helped me to the tomatoes, Mike's Chaotic Garden, because they are great. They have been delicious. Hey, Nikki Walker, how are you? Good to see you. You're not late. You're not late at all. You are just right on time. I tell you. Hi, Gloria Elliott. How are you doing? Hey, Miss Shirley, the OG gardener. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Been praying for you. Guys, keep Miss Shirley in prayer. She's been sick, with her feet, and I think she has some other medical things going on. So we definitely been praying for you, and we pray that you have a complete healing. And we thank God in advance for your healing. Okay. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. 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 Prayers for Miss Shirley. Hope that you are doing well. We really do. We really do. And hey, Dave Bubsy, how are you? Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you. We're getting ready to have another giveaway and give away some more seeds. Absolutely. And this time, let's start now between 1 and 100. Okay, we're going between 1 and 100. So if you guys want to guess that number, oh, stop. Mike, how did you guess that so quickly? Oh, I tell you what, guys, this is my number. It's the first number that was put up there. Mike, I know that you have tons and tons of seeds. Send me your email, okay? Congratulations to Mike's Chaotic Gardener. Congratulations. That was quick. I tell you, that was quick. Yes, congratulations. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Miss Shirley, I'm going to send some more seeds your way. I will be sending more seeds your way. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. That's my email, wholenewperspective@gmail.com. Yes, I think Miss Shirley, send me your email. I know I have it, but it's a possibility that I deleted it. So if you can just send me your email or your address, wholenewperspective@gmail.com. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And congratulations, Mike. And thank you for sending that blessing on to Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley's OG gardener. Oh. Now, Linda, yes, I think you may be a little bit behind. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but you may be a little bit behind. Thank you, KJ's Healthful Living, whole new perspective at gmail.com. So we have spent some time in here talking about our soil, how we save our soil. I had some tips, 10 tips that I was getting ready to go over as well. And I'll do that pretty quickly. 10 soil facts. Number 1, healthy soils have 6 different layers. They're known as horizons. 2, soil are home to a quarter of the Earth's species. I don't know if you all knew that or not. Tip number 3, or interesting fact number 3, 1 gram of soil is 1/4 of a teaspoon, and it can harbor up to 10 billion organisms. And I think that's one of the things that who was it that was talking about that earlier? Was talking about the soil and all the organisms in the soil and how he grows, um, and keeps everything in the soil. So that's one of the things that it has, all those Rambo green hands. Yep. I think you were talking about that, but it does have 10 billion organisms, 1/4 of a tablespoon. Yep. Yes, Miss Shirley. Yes. And only number 4, only about 1% of microorganisms found in soil have been identified. Isn't that interesting? I did find that to be interesting. Only about 1% of the microorganisms found in soil have been identified so far. Our soil is one of the largest reservoirs for microbiotic diversity on the earth. So I found that very interesting. And then 95% of food production relies on the soil. 95% of our food production relies on the soil. Thank you, Miss Shirley. So, yes, it's very important that the soil is healthy. So, think about if you think about it like that 95%. Miss Shirley thanks everybody for their prayers. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Shirley, for sending me your address. So, healthy topsoil is vital to our existence on the planet. We're losing topsoil between 10 and 40 times faster than the soil is formed. Hey, K Renee's Garden, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. And then 6, soil stores more carbon than the atmosphere and all of the world's planets and forests combined. Did you all know that? Soils store more carbon than the atmosphere and all the world's planets and forests combined. And 7, healthy soil can help to prevent floods and mitigate the effects of drought. Soils can store 1.5 Olympic swimming pools full of water. Yep. And earthworms. We talked about earthworms. Yankee Sister, I believe, talked about getting earthworms. You can believe that the bugs in the soil. Yes, Yankee Sister. You talked about the earthworms and putting it. So 8 earthworms are a real hero of healthy soil. Earthworms are the real hero. Their activity offers many benefits from increased nutrient availability and better drainage to creating more stable soil structure. Yep, earthworms do all that. So you can find more earthworms in soil that's grown grown on organic farms, or people that practice organic farming will have more earthworms. You had a lot of worms from your compost soil. Yep, organic farming. You're going to find more earthworms. And the soil is so rich. Yep, in your community garden, because it has ton of earthworms. And that's why, it has those. It's your compost. It's organic and it's organic matter. So you're going to have a lot more of those earthworms. And then every minute we lose the equivalent of 30 football fields of fertile soil. Now, that was really interesting, that every minute you don't look after it, the soil can lose its ability to support plant growth, becomes contaminated, and it erodes away, and it can take thousands of years to reproduce it. Growing with Hudson, let's see. Yeah, when the soil is so rich, your community garden, Mike's Chaotic Gardening, sidewalk used to be covered in worms after the Mike hadn't thought about that, but that is very true. When you after the rain, the sidewalk, a lot of cement, you could find tons of worms. But you're absolutely right. You don't see that anymore like you used to see it. That is very true, Mike. That's very true. That's a very good observation. Growing with Hudson, when you move, you're taking your soil. I hear you. I hear you. When you turn your compost, you can see balls of earthworms. That is great. That is great. All of that healthy organic compost it creates, and it helps the the microorganisms, those earthworms, survive, and those earthworms are excellent. Growing, okay. You love harvesting worms after the rain when they are everywhere. So, Kay Renee's garden, you're still seeing your earthworms when after the rain. I haven't seen any in a while, So, Mike, that's very true. It used to be though, every rain you could just walk out and they'd be all over the porch or the deck or everywhere that there's cement. But again, you just don't see those earthworms anymore. So organic number 10. Organic farms have 20% more organic matter. And it goes to talk about the things that we are talking about right now. Organic farms have 20% more organic matter in their soil on average. Organic farmers, they make soil health a key priority on their farms. And so they help to build fertile soil by some of the things that we have talked about. Composting, absolutely composting. My Renaissance grandma, you see worms after the rain, but you don't collect any of them. I'm going to start collecting them. I will start collecting them. I see the little bad ones that like to eat, pinworms and things like that. I need to start collecting the big ones, the good ones, you know. But and I will start to collect. I need to start collecting them. I hope they'll eat those bad worms. You need to dig in the woods and across your streets. Yes, yes. You still see earthworms on your sidewalk, on your porch. Oh wow, they come into your garage after the rain, after a really hard rain. That's really good. I really haven't seen them like I used to, So I really didn't make that observation, but that was a very good observation that we don't see them like we used to. Woods have the best soil, Mike. They really do, and that's one of the reasons I need to go in and just get some of the soil that I have in my woods. I tell you, one of the things when we first put in a garden, we tried to do an in-ground garden, and we brought in a lot of manure, but it was just too shaded for us to really grow in that area. And now there's no way we could, but I tried, but I did use a lot of that soil. But what I didn't do, container gardening is so different than in ground gardening. So I didn't put in the soil. I didn't put in things to make the soil light and fluffy. And so actually my bags just didn't do well. And so I learned from that. That was a real learning lesson for me. So I was glad about that. Thank you, Miss Shirley. I got you. I got you. So guys, we have been on for 1 hour. I do want to thank everyone. I want to thank my moderators. Thank you guys so much for coming in and for moderating. If you guys can you put your channels in? Everyone in here has some great channels. So put your channels in so people can come over and support you. I really do appreciate it. I do know that tomorrow night, there are a lot of people in here that have lives tomorrow night. The New Orleans gardener, T Nog, she has her live tomorrow, Tuesday night. She has a tag that's going on, and it's hashtag T Nog's getting to know you tag. So she has that on her live, and it has 40 questions for you to answer. So go ahead and look at that. Dave Busby, you've been seeing this in California for the last 2 to 3 months. Wow, you're seeing a lot. So you have a really good growth zone there in California too. A really good growth zone. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Has anyone seen any of those hammerhead worms yet? Have anybody in here seen any of the hammerhead worms? You haven't, but was wondering. Happy Mac is asking that. Has anyone seen those? I haven't even heard of that, Happy Mac. I'm going to have to look into that. Hammerhead worms. I'm going to look into that, Happy Mac. Yep. So thank you guys so much for coming and joining. Thank you. Great soil information. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Put your channels in there. Simply Blessed. Thank you so much for coming. Great information on soil. Good night. You haven't heard of those hammerhead worms? worms either. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look those worms up. I hope I don't see those worms actually. I'm hoping that. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. So this is Growing with Hudson's channel. Deuces, my Renaissance grandma. Good to see you. Good to see you. So tomorrow night is New Orleans Gardner. Wednesday night, we will go over to Wind Down Wednesday. Thursday night, I know it's Miss Shirley's OG's Gardner. And I'm not sure if anyone else is having a live. If you are, please put it in the chat for us. We appreciate it. My Granny's Garden, good to see you. Have a blessed night. Good to see you. Have a great evening, Veggie Farm Garden. Good to see you. I appreciate you coming. Thank everyone for coming. TLC in the garden, deuces. And I'm with you, TLC, with the push-ups. Give me 100 days, then I can do the 100 push-ups. I like that. Yes, yes. Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD is chick. Thank you, Growing with Hudson, for putting that in there. I appreciate it. Thank you. K. Renee's Garden. Good night. Great. Good to see you. Barb Brownlee, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. Have a blessed and healthy, safe night, everyone. Thank you guys so much. Yes. The New Orleans Gardener, over with her tomorrow night. Don't forget to be over there, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, K. Renee's Garden. I appreciate you coming. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. It was really great to see everyone again. It's great to be back. I appreciate you coming back here with me. Thank you for putting that in, Growing with Hudson. The Rambling Homemaker, how are you? Good to see you. We are getting up out of here. I appreciate you coming. Welcome in. I appreciate you coming. I know this is your first time. Thank you so much. Don't be a stranger. Check out my channel. We'll be back every Monday now that we are back rolling. Appreciate you coming. Dave, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Cassandra, South Fulton Garden, have a blessed night. Good to see you. Roro, Latrice, good night. Thank you so much for coming. You shared that worm on your channel. Okay. So T-Nog shared about that worm probably when she was talking about all the different things in the garden. Thank you so much, Yankee sister. I appreciate you coming. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yes. Appreciate everyone coming. Where is that? Yes. Happy Mac. Thank you. Thank you. My Renaissance grandma. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. And if you can share Miss Shirley's also, I appreciate that. Nikki, have a wonderful night. Everyone, y'all stay blessed. Have a great evening. Take care. And we'll see you back later on. Take care, everyone.